Let's start for another early season tour. I did a pre-tour, and I think this one is going to be, well, sort of like that. Today is, well, it's the weekend, or will be the weekend after Memorial Day weekend, but this is actually where Memorial Day is more standardly for me. It will be, soon the month will be over. It's just about the end of the month of May. But Memorial Day was the last, I guess, full weekend. It's actually to be a Monday, so it's last Monday. And I guess Monday is not going to be the month of May, so we had almost a full week left. And anyway, these are my pots where I'm starting things like cucumbers, Swiss chard. I don't know if that's coming up here or not, but I hope it is. I can tell that it is coming up here. Zucchinis, nothing. I don't know. I don't know if I got bad seeds or what. Trombosino, yay! Gosh, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 there. And that weird one in the middle there, that is a morning glory. I'm going to let it kind of string out onto the fence on this side. I think that would be fun to do. So I'm going to let it grow. Leeks. I had a seed pack full of leeks. I stuck them in here just to see what would happen. Use them up. This is a different pack of Trombosino seeds, and I wish I knew what the difference was between these two packs. I unfortunately did not mark them. This one is the package of seeds that I think I had last year that are completely useless, and then I ordered some new ones, the ones that are over there working. So with a little luck, I'll save some seeds this year and have plenty of them. And I'll just blow all the seeds I have out of the seed packets next year. Alright, yellow squash is in there. Nothing coming up yet, but I did buy some plantlets today. These cucumbers, I put in some extra ones today. And I am going to put in crap loads of Swiss chard and cucumbers. Okay. Over here we have some more starting up. We'll see how this works out. Here we have wildflowers. And here we have, what does that say? Huh, I can't read it. Upside down. I'll get to this side and I can read it. And this is Shasta Daisy. And that is, oh, forget-me-not. Yes, nothing growing yet. What we have going on in the garden here is one of the great experiments of this year. You can see that I have planted some things, but you're going to notice that there is black plastic mulch everywhere, and it's around the whole perimeter, everywhere I could possibly put it, including right underfoot here where there was some blue tarps last year. I bought a lot of it. I tacked it down with tacks, not with bricks, not with wood. It's a lot neater looking, much nicer. Only thing laid bare are these rows. And I'm not really sure. Well, this row here, the furthest one you see over there, I've planted that with beans and peas so far. Well, so far, that's all it's going to be in it. This one, nothing. So this one is up for grabs. I think I got to go looking for another piece of black plastic to put over it so I can plant some stuff through it. Normally I think this row would have been reserved for corn or something, but I don't grow corn anymore. So I grow other things in it. So tarp will go over this. So the only rows I'm going to have to actively weed, hopefully, is a part of that one over there, this one here, and not this one. I'm going to cover this yet. So there's going to be a lot of coverage in here. A lot of coverage. Hopefully really minimizing weeds, because I can tell you what will happen. You can actually see it happening over here. Let's wander on over. These are, this whole row here is cabbage plants. I think it's cabbage plants, and I'm trying to think what the other thing was. Darn. These were plantlets for Swiss chard. They were planted at the same time, and out there is some broccoli. And I cannot remember for the life of me what the third item was that I put in there. They look so similar. Anyway, those are the only things I've planted from plantlets thus far. And if you look real careful here in this area that I have not tilled, it's all weeds. Every bit of that is weeds. I gotta take the hoe and just basically rough this all up, and then look over on that side, same thing, everywhere. It grows as thick as anything out here, so that is the challenge. Any place where I have not covered it with this black cloth, landscape cloth, that is keeping this stuff at bay. So I'll probably take a hoe to that today and get rid of this stuff while it's young. But the rest of this is looking pretty good. And as long as I can get that other stuff before it gets a foothold, I'll be okay. I am not attempting to do it here. This is a mess. I'm going to have to edit this area a little bit later when I know what's growing where. With a shovel, just dig up stuff that is not what I want. There's a lot of Jerusalem artichoke, and I think that's what all these are. And right there, there is cat mint. I don't know what some of this other stuff is. Most of that's going to get pulled. And any of the stuff, you know, like over in the corner there, I'm just going to pull everything and dig up a lot of it. Clear it up as much as I can. And then I may lay down more black plastic just to make this whole area that way. I suppose I could plant some stuff in here. I could just clear it and plant some stuff. What's a garden for? Here is iris. These things grow like weeds. I swear they are. I'm going to have to dig up this clump right here that's inside and move it somewhere else. I'm going to have to spade it out and move it somewhere else. It will grow. It always does. I moved some out in the middle of the wood area here now. It's still out there growing. I looked, it was still there, the edge of the yard. But I got better areas where I can put it, and it will do me good around the property. And I do the same thing with the hosta plants. They grow like weeds. You just gotta dig them up and put them somewhere else you want them. So anyway, these are the plantlets I'm about to put in to finish it. They will go in these 3 rows that are currently vacant, and maybe that 4th row I was just pointing you to, it's over there. I'll have to roll some plastic out and stick it over it, and then cut holes as needed. So that's what my job is today. Tomorrow is putting in. There's 3 tomato types. There's a Roma, I don't know what it's called. They're cherry tomatoes, but not the round ones. They're oval and they have a harder skin and they're just as sweet. And I found that I actually like them better. They're easy to grow. They don't split. And then there's a I wasn't going to get it, but an early girl and a better boy, which is the beefsteak. There's also one plant here of, one thing of peppers, sweet peppers, and one of yellow squash. So those are the 6-packs that are there. And they're going to be interspersed up and down all of these, where these holes are. So we'll maybe get a video of that when we're done, a short video, and put it up afterwards. But I wanted to get this main video made first, and then we'll come back later as things are growing, as we always do. You know, I've never really gotten to know what this is at the edge here, but it comes out in these flowers that are like daisies, but they're stinky. And you know, stinky flowers often get rid of bugs. I found a toad the other day too in here, a very small one. And I would love to have lots of toads in here. Going to the outside here. I see. There's part of the wall of glory. Those are morning glories. Very distinct leaves on those. There's a bunch growing up from this side. We will let them grow. They're all over and amongst this stuff. I should probably get rid of the leaves that are down here so they'd have a better chance of seeding and coming up. Make it a lot more likely they'll come up than this grass does. I really like the wall of glory when it's growing. On the other side, I've kind of covered it up, and so I might uncover it and just let the wall reseed itself, because if you don't, it doesn't come up every year. You won't get as much of it, and it has been going backwards. Rhubarb, I don't know if this is the new plant or the old plant. I had 3 of them out here. One has all but died. It's gone. It just died back. But these are the 2 left. I haven't harvested any, but shortly here I think I'm going to, and have strawberry rhubarb pie. And I'm not sure, I think this is a rose bush. mixed in with the irises. Again, I'm probably gonna have to cut the irises back here so that it's not going so far along here. Maybe, just maybe, I'll plant the irises somewhere else. They make a nice natural barrier because they have a thick root system. It's really tough for a woodchuck to burrow under it. And I've tried to fortify this fence with all kinds of stuff, as you can see, to make it tougher to burrow underneath. All right, anything else here? There's really not too much to report on the grapes. They haven't really formed, I don't think. They're just barely beginning to. The apple tree is done blooming, so we're going to get apples. We got a lot of blooms. And let's see. Let's go out front briefly, because that's always changing too, and that's fun to look at. The garden along the front. We'll work our way to the front, along the side here. As we look at the harbinger of spring, lilac. Love lilac. Which you can actually see is going by. It's a lot going by, but some of it you can still smell. Wonderful stuff. We bring it in. Down here, another thing, kind of a harbinger of spring, still blooming. Don't know if you can make it out. Let's get in real close. It's morning glory. Lots of it. All over. And over there to the compost pile. And all along here. So, anyway, 2 lilac trees, a lot of morning glory. Nice stuff to bring in. This is garbage, and I think I'm going to be pulling out a lot of this to push it back a little bit. But it's okay. It forms a perimeter, but I'd rather have a nicer perimeter. Here's a way to get a little nicer perimeter, is using things you've had. I got to pull a lot of this garbage stuff out with it, but try to put it along the back here. So it's going back this way, and then over here there's the I think that's irises, but it looks like they went by. Yeah, I don't know. And I put some more back here. They take anywhere you put them. Oh, I'm toppling my lights in good shape. Oh, there's something I put back there. I'm just not sure what it is. This is more lily of the valley here. Those long leaves. See it all? Yeah, lots and lots and lots of lily of the valley. All through here. I think. Is this vinca? No. Oh no, these are violets, I think. Spreading. I think these are violets. I'd like to have a ground cover completely covering this area and then just try to keep it separated somehow. It's not always easy, but with a spade you can get some amount of separation. I've just had to do some separating with my electric shears over here. Of course, Judy's growing some things on the deck, flowers and stuff. This bush here has been getting better year to year. I'm going to have to really round it off and cut it up. I can see this year because it's getting pretty big, but it's a healthy bush. Here's all my mulch to put down back where we just were. We've pretty much covered it up front here. And then you'll see some work I've done. I had Johnny jump ups everywhere last year. It was a mess, but I've clumped them up pretty good. There's a few stragglers here and there that I have to pull and re-clump up. There always is, but like right here's a clump. Those are chicks and hens, and these are the they haven't bloomed out here. These are the irises, all of this. These are peonies. I've got to put a rope around them and the other 2 plants here so that they won't droop down once they get big. They'll have blooms on them, really big blooms, in just a week or 2, I think. I'm not sure. Oh, I know what this was. This is a tickweed. Tickweed before the flowers come out. I forget what these were, but this is a lot of the stuff in front here that blooms progressively through the season. As you can see, lots and lots of these Johnny jump ups that I clustered up, and they mostly took all along here. Judy's going to grow herbs, whatever. Rosemary, parsley, sage, rosemary, thyme, and whatever. This is the hosta that I tended to chop up every year. I missed this year. I didn't get it in the time where I wanted to, right at the beginning when it's starting to come up. That's when I'll spade out a big part of it. I would probably have cut about half of this out. It grows at least double the size every year. So I can take half of it out, and then I can cut that in half, and you'll see where I've put some of the rest of it already. And it's done well. I put it out back, and it grows there, but guess what? It gets eaten. The deer love it. Oh dear, they do love it. More peonies, or peonies, however you want to say it. There's some Johnny jump ups that be removed from that clump, and you can see other clumps of it here and there. It was growing all the way through here, and that's why I pulled it all up and clumped it, and then sprayed the remainder with spray and dye so it would just go away, and it looks better that way. And of course, every year I have to straighten up the line of the edging line along the front yard here, so it looks like it's somewhere near straight, so it makes some sense. And we're using brown mulch this year. Lots of stuff to putter with. I don't know what we're going to plant in this yet. I might plant something, she might plant something. We haven't really decided. I tried growing stuff out here, it just never worked out for me. Lamb's ear, I might give some of this away to the animal shelter, their thing coming up in July. I didn't think they're going to have it, but they are. And I don't know what this grass is, but this could probably be spayed up a lot too, in a smaller clump in the middle. And here you can see what I did last year with the hosta that I cut into about 2 or 3 pieces. Yes, I put it right there, and of course it's growing just fine, like the weed that it is. And I probably could have continued it, you know, right along this edge here. Just have it growing all along here. It would help me not have to do as much edging with my mower. It would grow fine out here. So, alright, that's kind of what's going on from out here. Did I go to the front? Is there anything worth reporting? Yes, a little bit. A little bit. We'll head out there. This is the rhododendron that grows near the edge of the driveway. It's the big one. It's shaping up pretty good. My neighbors up around the corner of the street is blooming beautifully. Me, not so much yet. Oh, there are some starting to come out. Barely, barely. See it? Just starting. It'll get here in a week or so. I think those are some of the next things coming up is peonies and rhododendron. The tree here I had to cut a little bit. I've tried to keep these things heading upwards, and also so I can get underneath them when I'm using them riding mower. As you can see, I need a little bit of a lawn mow here, but I only did it a few days back. It's just so quick. And here, I thought that I had this. That's a peony plant, but it isn't doing too good. Not going to make any flowers this year. Maybe I'll put a whole bunch of stuff on it, like Spray and Grow and Miracle Grow. And it looks like I attempted to get some hosta growing here, and it hasn't really taken as well here. Judy's wind chimes. This rhododendron not doing as good as the one back over there. It really isn't. Lots of stuff for me to buzz down here. Always stuff to do. When I just go walking around, I see stuff to do. These are Chinese lanterns. Judy doesn't like me to get rid of too many of them, but I have to get rid of some or they go nuts. They spread underneath ground. They're invasive. And of course more that I put in here. I believe that's more iris? No, but these have gone by. They look like iris, but they've gone by. I'm not sure. I am not the total professional gardener that I should be. Nor do I know what this is. Some of my friends know what a lot of this stuff is. This will be the hibiscus once it gets going. It's the last thing to bloom in the summer. So that's pretty much it. And I'm going to stop the recording here, and I'll make another small addendum to this once I get the garden actually planted.